Former Atlanta Fire Chief Kelvin Cochran wins a victory for his faith. The city is paying him $1.2 million after a federal judge rules his dismissal is unconstitutional. Mr. Cochran and his attorney, David Cochran with the Alliance Defending Freedom, joins us right now with more on this case. First of all, Kelvin, what is your reaction to this ruling?
I'm just overjoyed at the outcome of it. You know, the judge ruled that the policy was unconstitutional, and the city decided to settle, and I'm just thankful to God for that.
David, why is this a win not just for Kelvin, but also others?
Well, it's a giant win, not only because of the First Amendment here is put into place, but these situations are happening all around the country. Anybody who watches the news, watches your program, realizes that the bakers, the photographers, people all over the country are being targeted for their beliefs, and this sends a message to local government that hostility against people of faith will come at a high price.
When it comes to this hostility, David, why do you think employers take steps like this when freedom of religion is such a foundational right in our Constitution?
Well, it's incredible. I think it's a lot to do with the political correctness that goes around. It has to do with some groups on the left who have a loud voice, who pressure local municipalities, which is part of what happened here. But I think people of faith just need to be vigilant and take a stand and do what the chief did and say, look, enough is enough.
Kelvin, what's God done in your life through this experience, and what's next for you?
Well, I've seen a side of God that I've never seen before, even though I've been raised in church most all of my life. I've just things that we've celebrated that's happened in the lives of people in the Bible, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, and Daniel. I've experienced them firsthand, and hopefully this vindication may open up some other doors of opportunities in the fire service. But if that doesn't happen, I'm going to continue to serve at my church and continue to serve God in men's ministry and continue to fight for religious liberty.
Kelvin, I know this has to have been a difficult time for you. What would you advise and say to other people who may be facing similar persecution in their workplace?
Well, first of all, God has prepared us for that. You wouldn't be going through it if he hadn't prepared you for it. And then the short, simple thing is if you have to make a choice between living out your faith and keeping your job, according to our faith and our God that we serve, the best thing to do is live out your faith and let God deal with the consequences.
David Cortman, how would you advise people legally?
Yeah, I think the best thing is just get informed about what's going on. Obviously, ADF is here. We represented the chief all these years free of charge. It's been great to become friends with him, but really know what your rights are. Our faith is not meant to be put away in silence or within the four walls of the church. We have the God-given right that's enshrined in our Constitution to be able to discuss that in public, and that's really the key. If faith is that important to you, you need to be able to exercise it without penalty and without fear of losing your job or your career.
Kelvin, I know this has been a long fight. What's kept you going?
Well, just my faith in God and just worshiping every day in my own private time, having a strong wife and supportive family, a church family at Elizabeth Baptist Church that's supportive, and having Alliance Defending Freedom to fight as God's attorneys in the earth.
What's been the most difficult part of this journey thus far?
Well, just the time element of it. You know, I knew that God was going to vindicate me. You just did not know when he's going to act. You know, thanks be to God, the 4 years is over, and I'm just super grateful.
All right, Kelvin and David, thank you both for your time. Much appreciated, and God bless you both.
God bless you.